Hello everyone, Storm11 here. Today we'll be checking out the rest of the week of this week here, see what the malls are suggesting here over the next several days here, and what the malls are also suggesting for Thanksgiving Day. We're also going to be talking about early December here. Things are looking a little bit interesting for early December as well. We're going to get started with the store prediction or outlook here. For today, we actually have a marginal risk for severe weather across parts of northeastern Texas, northern Louisiana, the southeastern half of Arkansas, northwestern Mississippi, and far southwestern Tennessee as well. Really, the main threats are some gusty winds and some hail. We already had some severe thunderstorm breaks out there as well, mainly for quarter-size hail for some of those storms as well. That's where we have that very cold air aloft. So the storms don't really have to go that far up to the atmosphere to get into that some of that very cold air up there as well. Further to the northeast, though, quite a bit of rain will be falling across parts of the Lower Ohio Valley and the Tennessee Valley. Really, anywhere from a half an inch to an inch of rain. Some of those areas actually do need some rain. It's been a little bit dry over the last several days or so. We'll check out the GFS model here first. You can see here that's associated with this cold front that'll be moving across those regions as well. Behind that will be much cooler air. This will bring in some below average temperatures. We have to watch this area here in southern Ontario. Could be a tense band of some lake effect snow into parts of southern Ontario that may get into parts of northern New York as well. So we have to watch for that as well. Meanwhile, in the southern part of the Great Lakes region, there's actually nothing going on. That's just because that the air is too dry for any precipitation at all. So the moisture will be very dry across parts of the southern and the western part of the Great Lakes region. So we're not going to see much way of lake effect snow out there. But off of Lake Ontario, however, there's actually going to be quite a bit of moisture out there. So that's going to lead to an intense band of some lake effect snow up there as well. And an update on this system, this big trough area that we've been talking about, the models have certainly backed off of that potential big low that will develop along the front. It's actually going to be more focused off the East Coast, which is some good news there. So it will not affect Thanksgiving travel here for Tuesday. And I think the Northeast will generally be on the colder side. And there may be some lake effect snow off of Lake Erie and also Lake Ontario as well. So we kind of look a little further to the west, though. There's a strong southwest wind here across the plains, getting up to the Midwest that some moderate air will be moving into. The northwest, looking a little bit on the stormier side again, with some heavy mountain snow in those higher elevations. And here comes another cold front here, moving across parts of the northern plains and the northern Rockies as well. And this is when we get into Thanksgiving Day here. So this is 18Z on Thursday. So this is Thanksgiving during the afternoon hours. We get a low pressure system that's up by into parts of southern Ontario with a trailing cold front out here. Could be some snow mixed in across parts of Michigan, maybe into parts of Wisconsin as well. In the warm sector here, we do have some shower activity. So it's not going to be the best weather here for parts of the Ohio Valley, the Great Lakes, back into parts of the Texas-Arcana region and southern Texas as well. So not very pleasant weather here. Mostly going to be in showers, so we're not expecting any severe weather out of this system here as well. As you kind of get into the morning hours on Black Friday, could be some snow out across parts of the Northeast and those higher elevations in the Appalachian Mountains as well. Some lake effect snow action across Michigan, even to parts of Ohio as well. That system moves out. And check this out here. GFS ball is actually showing a weak clipper system here moving across parts of the Mississippi River Valley into the Lower Ohio Valley region. If that's correct, that could lead to some decent snow across parts of Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia. There'll be some serious on the system there, but it'll be something to keep an eye on it for now. Then moves off to the northeast. If the GFS model is correct, could become a big storm, but right now we are getting pretty far out, so that will likely change anyways. And it looks like another front may come through as well. So let's check out the Canadian model here, and it shows a very similar thing here for the rest of today. Um, so we kind of move on to Thanksgiving Day here again. Pretty much the same thing like the GFS shows, but the cold air is actually a little bit faster here. So some people across parts of Indiana and Ohio, maybe as far south as parts of Kentucky, could see some snowflakes on the back side of that precipitation shield as well. And then again, the GFS does have a little bit of progression bias, so the Canadian model could be a little bit more accurate with the solution here. Could see some snowflakes on the backside there, but I can't really guarantee that for right now. Meanwhile, across the Great Lakes, lots of lake effect snow going on up there. And doesn't really show a big system in the northeast as well, but it does show quite a bit of lake effect snow action as we kind of get a little past Black Friday. So there will certainly be some issues here across the Great Lakes, the Northeast, and even across parts of the Ohio Valley as well, where we do see some snow chances as well. So there could be some travel issues for Thanksgiving into Black Friday as well, maybe into Saturday as well. And the Canadian model does show another cold front moving through as well. So probably late Thanksgiving week, we could see some activity across parts of the eastern United States as well. So certainly something to keep an eye on as well. We'll check out the European model here. And you can see here then again for Thanksgiving Day, got low up into parts of southern Ontario, some snow across parts of upper Michigan and northern Wisconsin, with a trailing cold front that drapes all the way back into southern Texas. Could be some thunderstorm activity in southern Texas. But it's going to be more way of showers really from Louisiana all the way up into Ohio and even to parts of Michigan and Pennsylvania as well. If the cold air is fast enough, there could be some snowflakes on the back side of this precipitation shield as well. As you can see there is some snow in the higher elevations in Pennsylvania, West Virginia, as well. And also at the same time, there is going to be quite a bit of lake effect snow. So Black Friday, there could certainly be some travel issues for the Ohio Valley and even for parts of the Great Lakes in the Northeast as well. So we kind of get to the later part of Thanksgiving week. And then really for next Monday and Tuesday, not a whole lot of activity to really talk about here. But you do notice here it is going to be a much quieter pattern here, but it's also a milder pattern as well. Let's check out the ensembles here. So this is the GFS Ensembles. This is a mean of 20 members, I should say, not 50. You can see here then again this big trough that kind of moves in here. And this is more of a positive tilt trough here. So you're not going to get much in the way of intense systems to develop along the front there. Usually you'll kind of want a negative tilt trough here if you want a big system here, but this is more of a positive tilt trough, and that low that could develop will be well off the East Coast, so we're not really talking about much way of major issues for the East Coast for tomorrow and Tuesday. Then we get a ridge that kind of builds across the central United States. There's another trough that moves in the northwest. That warm up is going to be brief across the central and eastern United States here as this next system does move in from the northern plains and the northern Rockies as well. There's also some troughing across parts of the desert southwest as well, so that could bring in some shower activity out there. Then again, here comes your next system here, which could cause some issues for Thanksgiving Day and into Black Friday across these regions in here. And that pink circle eventually that moves into the northeast. That could stick around for a couple days, but you do notice here, look out towards the west. A big ridge starts to develop here. This kind of leads to the next topic here, and that's getting into early December. This is certainly something we may need to watch for, and this is not really good news for snow lovers, really for anybody in the United States, maybe exception for the Northwest, but really everybody else. This is looking to be a milder pattern for a lot of us into early December. And now again, at this point here, some uncertainties do increase here as the model spread does increase as well. But you kind of tell here where some of your ridges and troughs are kind of really kind of are. Anyway, as you kind of get 300 plus hours out, but this could change as well. Let's check out the European ensembles. Here comes the Thanksgiving storm, and then you see this big ridge that starts to develop across the central and western United States as well. We'll see how long this trough here will last here across the eastern United States. It may keep the east coast on the cooler side, but most of the central and western United States, though, could be on the milder side. Let's check out the Climate Prediction Center outlook here. This is for 6 to 10 days. So cool across the east, pretty mild across the central and western United States. Precipitation wise, it's going to be pretty dry for a lot of us. It's not really a great pattern here for any storm activity. Usually it would be the opposite, trough in the west, ridge in the east. That could certainly lead to some activity first in the central and eastern United States. But this could lead to more activity for the northwest, which is something we do not really need right now, as they experience way too much rain. Here's days 8 to through 14. That milder air does start to move further to the east here, closer to the east coast. But don't be surprised if it starts to push further to the east here. And I'm going to show you guys why in a little bit. And then here's days 8 for 14 for precipitation. Looking to be a little bit on the stormy side across the northwest to the northern plains. Look at being a little bit quieter across the east and the south as well. But what's really the main reason here of why December, or early December, I should say, could be so warm? Well, let's check out the tail connections. And we talked about this on my winter forecast. If you guys want to learn a little bit more about tail connections, I had that card on the top right corner. You can check out my winter forecast up there as well, if you guys haven't checked that already. Anyways, you can see here, we'll be getting into the positive side of things. So that's going to lead to that cooler than normal conditions across the east. It's going to be warmer across the central and western United States. But you do notice here, it does go back towards the negative side. Now, there is a little bit of a model spread there at around that point. So it's kind of 50-50 around that point there. But if you check out the other tail connections, here's the AO. And you can see here, this is not good news for snow lovers, really for anybody in the United States. Now, negatives is a good thing. If you want a colder weather, negative AO will be a good thing. But if you go to the positive side of things, it's not necessarily a good thing. A lot of cold air will be more focused further to the north with a positive AO. And then you check out the NAO, it also trends to the positive side. So what does this all mean? Well, it's a pretty strong indication that we could certainly see what I would call a blowtorch across a good chunk of the United States. If the PNA also stays positive, pretty much anywhere in the United States could be either at average or well above average temperatures. So it could be a very warm start to December. If we check out the Gfs Ensembles here for 2-meter temperature anomalies, you can see here, this is an average for 5 days here. And to keep in mind, this is an average of 20 members here. So already here, at least 10 days out, this is a pretty good agreement here. You notice here how all this warm air starts to expand further to the east here as the days go on here, and all this cold air starts to move out as well. So eventually, at some point here, the eastern United States should start to warm up sometime in early December. And then check this out here. We're at 80 or hour 384, and you got a very impressive agreement here. At this point, literally everybody is warmer than normal. Areas that are not normal, or not warmer than normal, I should say, it's across parts of Florida, the Northwest, even for parts of the Northeast as well. And then literally for everybody else, it's slightly warmer or well above normal with temperatures as well. So early December could be a very mild start here. But models do hint on maybe a little bit of a change as we get closer to mid-December. But we'll keep an eye on that as well. Right now, it's a little too far to talk about that for now. But anyways, guys, this is all for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like this video, hit that like button. If you like my channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell notifications so you never miss an upload. If you guys have questions about this, leave it in the comment section down below. I heard you guys questions. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.